I need an ambulance. My son's not breathing.
What's the address? 10731?
Yes, hurry.
Is he blue?
He's white.
How old is he?
Millions of teenagers and adolescents across the world in different age classes seem to have one thing in common: substance abuse. The use of substance abuse amongst teenagers has dramatically grown and is showing how their day-to-day lives are being effective.
I think because to appear cool, to look cool, or to cope with mental illness and stuff.
I think teens use drugs to cope with the amount of stress that's in high school, and mostly because drugs and alcohol are like an easier way compared to talking about their feelings.
And so if they see kids having fun or minimizing the effects via social media, if it becomes sort of a trend, or they see happy, bright, smiling, pretty people using drugs on social media, then they're going to think, oh, that could be me. I think there's a little influence that way. I think social media shows snapshots, really quick views of people having fun. Maybe drug-induced people having fun. It doesn't show the whole story, and so kids are getting a really truncated or abbreviated version of what that's like. They don't see the aftermath, and so they don't know the full story. I think social media.
I know I'm doing a drug, and I know health-wise it's probably not the best thing to be doing, especially me. I have asthma, so it's really not the best thing to be doing, but those are the only times that I would really get anxious or kind of scared, or maybe regret that I shouldn't have done that. But when someone is just addicted to a certain drug that they can't on the daily do anything that they were able to do before that drug, letting it take control over your daily life, over your health, your eating, your bonds, your family, your connections, just letting that drug take over your whole entire life and not really realizing it. And also the idea, just for some people, they feel like they can't go another day without it. It's their way to like either cope with their problems, cope with stress, cope with things like that. But it's just to each their own. So I feel like it depends on who you are. Yes, my family, of course. I know my mom has an idea here and there that I do use marijuana, and she has expressed her concern about it. And I have taken that into consideration, which is also why I also am trying to quit and stop, for my health, but also for just not doing it. It's a drug, and you shouldn't really have to rely on it for anything. But there is the concern, and I do take that into consideration.
I think that it's very helpful for parents to talk to kids about substance use, even though it can be hard. Ways that can like help facilitate that are like identifying different harms that those substances can be to them, and just sharing about brain development and how when your brain isn't fully developed, that drugs have even a higher effect on your brain development. Well, drugs affect your brain and your body, and so some substances are gonna affect your body more and some your brain more. So things that I would look for are like size of pupils, balance, motor skills and like slurred speech. The substance is interfering with your daily life. And so you might be like thinking about when are you going to have your next drink, or you might be thinking about how you're going to get that particular drug. And so it's taking away from other parts of your life. So you might not be like a very good family or friend at those points. I think it will be very individualized on what will help someone stop using substances, but everyone needs support. And so you could help that person by like engaging their other friends and family to help support them in that. So for example, like if their friends are going out, then they maybe also wouldn't drink if that was a substance that was the issue. And also just like using different community groups that could be like a continual support. And a lot of substance use can come out of other mental health issues, so having a counselor that you can talk about other things with as well. Yes, I would say since my family has a really high use or substance use disorder, that I have both, like, I've expressed to relatives and in the past about like their substance use, and I think that as a family we've been like become more comfortable in saying things like, I'm worried about you, I know that like this is in your genes, and so like you need to be extra careful. But I have to say that it is really hard to talk to family or friends about their substance or about substance use disorders, just because the way that the brain is set up, they really want to protect that addiction. And so just making sure that you're not the only one and that you have other people to like help support and reinforce those messages.